So I have a friend of an opposite sex who is in a relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
But his partner is really not there for him the way she should be. So
Okay.
he still leans on me a lot. And it's like, so it got me to thinking, when you are in a friendship like that, when does it become you've overstepped your bounds when they're in a relationship?
When the woman is disrespected.
Right. Because,
That's the end to me.
but see, this is the thing. This is the thing for me. I don't know her. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
her at all. I've never
Mm-hmm.
met her. I know of her. She knows of me. Me and him were friends before they started seeing each other.
Mm-hmm.
But she's not there for him. So when he has problems, he'll try to talk to her. She doesn't listen. So then he comes to me.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, I'm in this weird place where it's like, am I overstepping? Or like, so like, what
He,
is the line
I
there?
think he is, not
What's
you,
that? And that's what I'm saying.
because
Go ahead.
he, that's like, I don't know, everything he talks to you about, that's sound like borderline emotional cheating.
Even if it's not, even if we don't have that type of an emotional relationship, it's like we don't want to date each other. Like, we're not
But
interested in each other in that capacity.
I don't think emotional cheating has anything to do with the desire of dating anyone. I think it has everything
Nah.
to do with leaning on someone else emotionally. But like I said, I feel like once it's she feels disrespected, because this is the thing. I can understand you wanting to be there for your friend as
Mm-hmm.
a friend. Totally
Mm-hmm.
get that. But at the same time, you can't be more invested in his relationship than he is.
Oh, I don't
So
care about his
hold on,
relationship.
hold
I'm
on. No, no,
invested
no, no,
in his
no. Wait a
well-being as
minute.
my
Wait a
friend.
minute. Wait a minute. This is what I mean when I say that.
Mm-hmm.
If he, if it's that bad, he needs to leave. Like
And I told him that.
you can't stay at this. But the thing is still, after saying that, you should still take all of the steps as if y'all were not friends prior to this relationship, in the sense of phone calls not after a certain time, certain subjects y'all just don't talk about, things, different things like that. If he needs to leave, then he needs to leave. And that's what I mean when I say you can't be more invested in his relationship than he is. If it's really that bad to the point where you cannot speak to this person, you should not be there. Or y'all need to go and get whatever counseling it is you need to get. Because I'm not unintelligent, and I understand people get to points where they there is a little bit deeper, and they don't want to necessarily be that vulnerable with a
Mm-hmm.
new person, and I totally get that. But if you are wanting this to be a legitimate, long-term, deep, meaningful relationship, you have to break down that vulnerability wall. And if you're
Right.
not willing to do so, you need to go.
Now, take me and my friend out of it, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If it's a situation like, because we don't really talk about their relationship. I don't. That's a line I tend not to cross.
So what are y'all talking about that he can't talk to her about?
Well, we talk about like his professional, like his
That's
professional
even worse.
frustrations,
He's
his.
getting
That's
his cake and eat it
that's
too,
worse.
if you
That's
ask
worse.
me.
If you
But
ask me, I
but
feel like
listen,
that's
but
worse.
listen, listen,
Sorry,
listen,
sorry.
listen,
Go ahead.
listen,
Go
listen,
ahead.
listen.
Go ahead.
Like today, he was having a very rough day professionally, right? He went to her, attempted to talk to her. She said, I got something to do. I'll see you tomorrow. Completely shut him down, even though he was like really emotional, really having a rough day, really needed somebody to talk to. So another one of his friends called to check on him, see if he was okay. He like, I'm good. Don't worry about it. Didn't really talk to her, right? So he called his girlfriend and tried to talk to her again. She says, I'm busy. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Mind you, he's super emotional. So by this time, he's crying because not just the professional stuff that he was already dealing with, but the fact that she won't even listen to him. That's when he called me. So
wait, see, my thing is, I feel like if you weren't there for him to talk to, he probably would leave his girlfriend or cheat on her. Cause he's like, I got this at home. I don't really want, he probably not even like her like that. He just don't want to change. Cause for real, how long been together? Can you say that?
a couple months.
He don't leave.
That's what I said. But at the same time, I don't tell nobody.
He's infatuated with something about her.
No,
that's what that
but
is.
This is the thing. He's really invested in the relationship. He's actually really invested in this relationship with her. Like, so he lived in another town, like another city, and he was gonna move to the city that she was in before he met her anyway. But when they met, he pushed up his move date to be with, like, he really wants to be with this girl. He
kind of switched things around in his life to be with her. So he doesn't want to kind of look stupid and leave her. So he's trying to put it together where he can be with her and still get what he needs. That's what that is. If he can have this at home and get it from you, he's like, this is kind of a complete relationship. I just gotta give him two different women.
If it's your friend and you see that they're not being wholly fulfilled in their relationship because they're not getting the emotional support that they need, which is something that you do need in a relationship. Sometimes you just need your partner just to be there. You don't need them to say anything. You don't need them to do anything. You just need them to be there, right? Mm-hmm. So if it is a case that he's not getting that, as a friend, is it wrong for you to give that to him until he gets the strength to leave?
It's wrong for you to give it to him. It's wrong for you to give it to him because you mentioned, I don't tell people doing their relationship. So this is my thing. If it's really my friend or any one of y'all or whatever the case may be, what I'm gonna do is, like, I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but it don't sound like you want to be there. Or I'm going to ask, why are you still there? That way you can turn it. That way you can turn on yourself and then realize, what am I still doing in this relationship?
Now, he did ask me, what do you think I should do as far as she's concerned? I said, I think you need to decide if you really want to be there or not. Because it sounds like she's not fulfilling the role of the partner that you are looking for. And that's okay.
So now I have a question for you. Mm-hmm. Is that how you legitimately felt, or that was your way of tiptoeing around saying you need to leave?
I'm not going to tell him he needs to leave.
But if that's what his question was, then you should answer his question how you legitimately feel.
I don't know if you should tell people
they need to leave a relationship.
I legitimately feel. No, listen, let me talk. I legitimately feel that he needs to assess if he wants to be there or not. Because I don't know her. So I don't know what they have. I don't know their relationship. I've never seen them interact. I only know what he tells me. So I can't say you need to go or you need to stay because I don't know the fools. I don't know both sides. I only know what he tells me. All I can say is I think that you need to assess whether you should be there or not.
But you don't think him asking you that question was part of the assessment?
I think him asking me that question was him looking for me to tell him what he already knows. But I'm not going to do that because if you make that decision, you need to make that decision. You don't need me to make that decision for you.
But that's not always the case. It's not always about you telling me what to do. It's about, I want to know what you would do in this situation. I want to know how you feel about this situation. You can't see this is the thing. Hold on, wait a minute. Because this is the thing that this is one of the reasons why I never ask people about any relationship that I'm in. Mm-hmm. Because if you if any of y'all ever come to me and legitimately ask me, I don't give a damn how it's going to make you feel. I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't think you should be there. I think this is bad for you. I don't think that this is really conducive to what it is that you're trying to do in your life. I'm going to tell you that. That's not me saying leave, but that's saying I don't think you should be there.
But this is the thing. I don't think I can say that wholeheartedly not knowing her.
Okay,
I don't know her. I don't know. But valid. What I can say
but you can also say, based on what you've told me, I wouldn't be there. I think you should leave.
What I can say is, if you're asking me, that means you're questioning whether you need to be there or not, which means that you need to make the choice. You don't need me to affirm the choice that you already plan to make. See, the thing that most people do is that they don't want to break up until they have a reason. People need to normalize just breaking up because you don't want to be there. That's a reason enough. They don't have to do anything. They don't have to say anything. You don't need me to tell you to leave a place that you don't want to be.
But I don't see. That's why I feel like I differ from a lot of different people. It's not about me saying that I need you to tell me that. It's about, I legitimately just asked you a question. I want you to truthfully answer said question.
But you're in the minority as far as that goes.
Yeah, I think most people actually really they know they need to leave, but for some reason
they want to do, and
they want to hear somebody else say
to reaffirm it, so that they would do what, so that they don't feel like the bad guy when they do what they need to do anyway.
Okay, let's go down that road. Let's say your friend needs you to be that strength for them and let them know, yes, you're doing the right thing. Why are you not stepping up and doing that for them then?
Because I'm not going to tell you to leave your relationship.
But it's
listen. What I will say is, you know what you need to do and what you want to do, and I'm here to support you either way. That's what I'll do, because I can't. No, only knowing once, because the thing is, this is the thing about people. People will tell you time and time again the negatives, and they won't tell you the positives.
Agree.
So it's like you walk into, because this happened with another friend of mine, and I was very vocal about her needing to get a divorce. And that caused a rift in our friendship, because people don't want to hear that. And not once they're not mad. People don't want to hear that when they're not mad.
That's true.
When they're angry, they want you to agree. When they're not angry, they want you to get along.
I think not knowing the other person can be a little tricky to say, go ahead and leave, though. Mm-hmm. Because you are just getting one side of the story.
Especially if I'm only getting it when you're upset.
Okay, because I feel like this... To me, it's almost sound like a back and forth. I'm there for my friend, and it's like, oh no, never mind. I got to be there for both of y'all because I already know what's going on. It's like, which one you want to do?
I'm not being there for her.
This is the reason. This is the reason
for my friend is also me not stepping into their relationship.
But if they ask you, I don't understand why people don't step up and say exactly how they feel instead of toting this line of, I'm not going to tell you what to do. It's not about telling somebody what to do. Like I said, sometimes people don't have the strength to leave, and they're not going to do it until hold on. There's a difference between I support you either way and saying, yes, you need to get out of this situation. That is way more affirming of, okay, now I know for sure, for a fact, I have somebody that has my back of me doing exactly what it is that I should have done. I know I should have done it. I didn't have the strength to do it before, but now since I know I have somebody that's really going to be there for me, and that's 100% behind me with the decision that I'm making, I have the ability of going ahead and doing it versus the 50-50, well, I'll support you if you stay or I'll support you if you go.
How can you tell somebody to go if you don't know the other party, though?
Because the whole point is, that's also why I said, from what you're telling me, it don't sound like you need to be there.
What I said, because we talked about this today, and we talked about this 2 days ago. Because 2 days ago, something else happened. And what I said to him was, from the information that I have, I wouldn't stay there. But I also understand that you want to see where it goes because you feel like you've invested in this person. So I get that side of it too. Personally, I wouldn't stay there because I feel like you're going to continue to invest, and by the time you realize it's not worth it, you're going to be really, really emotionally invested. So I think it's better to get out before you have the extreme emotional investment. But I also don't know the other side of this. So it's hard for me to affirmatively say one way or the other.
That's also a different statement from what you said earlier of, I support you either way.
I mean, I did say I support you either way. I said that too.
But this,
is one statement.
I'm gonna say you could say I don't think you should be there, and I'll support you whatever you do. I don't see why you gotta be one or the other.
I didn't say it had to be one or the other. What I'm saying is, if somebody's saying, if I come to you and all this stuff is going on in the relationship, and I say, what do you think I should do? If the first thing you say is, I support you either way, that's different than the first thing being, what I heard, this is what I would do. That's two different statements to me. In my eyes, the first thing that's said is the most important thing that you meant to say and how you really feel, and everything else is fluff around it.
Because the first question he asked is, what do you think I should do? And I said, I can't tell you what you should do based on half of information because I don't know the other side of the story. Then the question was, what would you do? And I said, well, if it was me, based on the information that I have, I would get the fuck on. But that's me. Then it was, well, I've invested in this person and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, and that's fine. And I understand that you want to see if you're investing in the right person. That's fine. I'm also a big fan of cutting your losses before they become major losses. But I support either decision because at the end of the day, you're my friend. We're not a couple. We're not, none of that. You're my friend. So as my friend, I'm going to support your decisions because I'm here for you. And whatever makes you happy is enough for me. But if this person isn't making you happy, then I have an issue.
I like it. I think it covers all bases.
No, and to me, 100%, I felt like those statements, those responses to each of those questions go more along the lines of what I was initially saying. It's just that when this was first brought up, it sounded as if you were saying like,
it's because I didn't give the whole entire conversation. I realized as we were talking that maybe I need to give the whole conversation to give more context to it.
Yeah, because like I was saying, sometimes a big thing. I mean, like, think about, we're all old enough. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure each one of us has known or have been in some type of abusive relationship. Either we have been in it, or we know someone that has been in one.
I know people who've been in one. I don't think I've ever been in one.
Okay, and then
I had one person attempt, and I told this nigga, if he hit
I'm not just talking about physical.
Other kind of abuse.
No, I know.
Mental, verbal.
I personally never had that, but I have known people who've had it.
But this what I mean, like, just think about those situations where people, they may want to leave, but they don't do it until they feel like they got somebody that's really got their back, that they can legitimately 100% lean on. So that's what I mean when I say sometimes, regardless of what's happening in the situation, because I mean, based upon what you just said and what she was doing, to be honest, she don't sound like she's emotionally there, which to me is a form of emotional abuse. But
she for the streets in real life.
But this is the thing. If it's anything like that, and it's some type of abusive relationship, maybe they didn't tell you, especially men, they're embarrassed when they're part of an abusive relationship, when they are the one that's being abused. So you are correct. Maybe you don't know everything that's going on, but sometimes people, even though they don't say it, they are still looking for somebody to say, I got your back. When you decide that you are going to leave that relationship, I will 1000% be there for you. And they won't leave that relationship until they feel like somebody is there. And the worst thing for people that has been in abusive relationships is when they feel like someone, or feel like the person they're leaning on, or they thought they could count on, is that teeter-totter. Because now it feels like, are you here for me or are you here for them? And if I can't tell which one you're here for, I'm still not going to do what I got to do because I don't know if you're really going to be there for me when I 100% need you. And that's what I mean when I say sometimes the hard truth, whether people want to hear it or not, or whether you want to feel like the bad guy of telling someone they're supposed to leave or they should leave, whatever the case may be, every now and then your friend, sometimes that's what they need to hear from their friend saying, you need to get out of this situation. I wouldn't be in this situation if I was you. I don't think this is good for you. Sometimes they are legitimately looking for that, even if it does label you the bad guy that told them to break up. So what? For me, I'm willing to take that. If I know this shit is not good for you and your well-being, I will be labeled the bitch. I don't care. I don't think you should be there.
I told him going in, I said, look, I get that's your girlfriend and whatever else, but at the end of the day, I'm your friend. I don't give a fuck about her. That's just what it is. I don't even meet nobody's. I try not to meet my friends' partners until they've been together for a long time, because when y'all break up, guess who the fuck I'm not talking to no more? Because if you don't fuck with them, I don't fuck with them. That's just what it is. Like, we're not friends. Like, I'm not friends with your partner. I'm friends with you. That's I don't need to be friends with her. I don't need her number. And this goes for my female friends too. I don't need their number. I don't need shit from them. Mm-hmm. We're not friends. Like, I'm not that bitch. Like, I have friends that I've had forever in the day. I don't like my best friend's getting married. She's engaged. She's getting married. I don't even know her fiance. I think I might have talked to him once. But for what? Like, if she's happy, I'm happy. But the second you fuck up, guess who I don't fuck with no more? That's just what it is. I'm not your friend.
And if you ask me, I feel like that's exactly how it should be. And sometimes friends, sisters, cousins, mother, aunt, uncle, whatever, sometimes they need to hear that again. Yeah. To be like, okay, I'm doing the right thing.
I told him, look, I'm here for you. Whatever decision you make, I'm in your corner. I don't give a flying fuck about her. I'm here for you. Whatever you need from me, I'm here for you. Like, that's just what it is. I don't care about her whatsoever. And this goes for all my friends, and they all know that. Mm-hmm. You can call me day and night because I'm here for you. I don't need to get to know them. I don't care about them. You care about them. So I care in the sense that they're making you happy. And the second that they don't, guess who the fuck don't exist in my world? Because boyfriends and came and went, girlfriends and came and went. I don't know these hoes. Once y'all break up, guess who the fuck I don't know who they are anymore.
Not these hoes.
Yeah, that's why I don't like to get too invested. It's like, give me some years invested.
Like, I don't get invested in people's significant others. People, I don't care. Y'all know, and it's funny because y'all can say this about me. Even the people like you and Sean. How much do I talk to him? I like him well enough, but how much do I genuinely talk to him? Because that's your man. I'm not investing in him. If y'all ever break up, guess who the fuck I'm not talking to no more? Like, that's just how it is. That's how I am.
But that also goes back to what I was talking about as far when you were first saying, like, what we do in a situation if it was our friend that would, that's in these situations. It's like, you can't get into it that much until they legitimately ask you what it is that you should do. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Sharice, you look confused. Oh,
no.
Yeah, it's like you can't get into it that much, friend or not. I have two male pretty good friends. I wouldn't call either one of them best yet, but I have two really close male friends. I do not get in their relationships at all.
If you don't invite me in, I'm not there.
Right.
And one of them, his wife does my hair. I'm still not getting to that. No, her and I, no, we don't need to talk when you're doing my hair. He and I, we don't need to talk when you're doing my paintings. No, that ain't got nothing to do with me. That's on y'all.
Yeah, if you don't come to me, I'm not gonna ask you how y'all are doing. I'm not asking you that. Like, I'm not that person. And anybody who is friends with me. Y'all can say the same thing. I don't ask y'all how y'all doing. If you want to tell me, I'll listen because you need to vent. But I'm not getting invested. I don't have opinions. It's not that I don't care. I don't care about your relationship. I care about you.
Me.
Exactly.
Right. I don't have an opinion until you ask me. I will not. I'm not
care
giving
about your
anything
relationship.
unsolicited.
I care about you. Like I don't give any advice unsolicited because I realize people can't handle that shit.
I had to learn that.
I don't give unsolicited advice. Now, if you
people not ready for it.
I had to learn that.
People just don't want to hear. People not ready for it. If you just be talking, nobody care.
People don't want to hear it when they do ask.
What I always say is, are you looking for my honest opinion, or do you want me to agree with you? What are you looking for?
I don't even do that. I just flat out tell them, I'm like, I'm gonna tell you the truth, right? I
always ask what you're looking for, because if you're looking for me just to agree, I'll tell you right away, you need to find somebody else, because if I don't agree, I don't agree. And I'm not going to tell you I agree.
That's why I don't even give that. I'm just like, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth. So do you want me to tell you the truth or not? Okay. Yes, I know. I'm like, okay.
Because my question always is, do you want my honest opinion, or do you want somebody to agree with what you said? Because if you want somebody to agree with what you did, then you might need to move around. Because if I don't agree, I don't agree.